Dear Dairy. Now, I am not normally one who is prone to political or activist kind of statements. That said, on occasion, I have been known to make exceptions. Now, no, that's just, no. What I wanted to say about this whole thing is you need to remember, because I was actually just talking to my housemate about this, who, if you happen to hear any coughing or hacking in the background, he's actually sick right now. So send him lots of, get well, good thoughts kind of things. Anyway, we were talking about this before I started recording. And for those of you who have not yet heard, I believe it is the CEO of Pasta Barilla, who mentioned that they will never use gays in any of their ads or anything, and they're not going to do it, and they don't like, or not they, he doesn't like gays, and if we don't like it, we can go eat a different brand of pasta. Well, okay. Now that is not said with any kind of malice or hatred. I'm not saying, I hate that guy. I mean, the Chick-fil-A thing was far worse, because they are actively giving money to, anti-gay groups and whatnot. So, I mean, the Barilla guy is just like, I don't like them. It's like, you are perfectly allowed to not like gays. That's fine. And it's actually a very reasonable thing to say. If you don't like it, go eat a different brand of pasta. That's really all you have to do if you want to make your opinion or your power as a consumer known. Don't buy their product. And if if you don't like their or his stance on that thing, don't buy the product. And if you really want to, flex that power, if you're going out to a restaurant or whatever, call up ahead of time and ask them, what brand of pasta do you guys use? And if they use Barilla, don't eat there. There you go. Or make your own pasta at home. Oh, it's not really that hard. I've done it, and you just need to be careful, because you'll wind up making far, far more than you could ever eat. I mean, you can freeze it, but whatever. Anyway, suffice to say, you don't have to get all up in a rage about the thing. I mean, yes, was I, disheartened to hear it? Yes, because I actually like it. It's pretty good pasta. Exactly. It's a decent pasta brand. And yeah, I was less than pleased to hear about it, but we move on. Fine. You want me to go eat a different brand of pasta? I will. Sorry to hear that you don't like us. We're actually decent people. So to move on. Other piece of interesting news, well, interesting to me. I don't know how interesting it's going to be to you guys, but I finally heard back from the RPM network, which is one of the partnering networks here on YouTube, and they have embraced and drawn me into the fold. That's fold singular, not folds plural, like some fat. Well, I'm fat, so I'm allowed to say that, and I have. Never mind, that's getting into TMI Tuesday territory, and it's actually Friday. So, they've brought me into the network officially. What does this mean for you? Not a whole lot. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. It means that my content will only get better from this point, because I now have access to their recommendations, suggestions. They actually have, I don't think you have to be a member of the RPM network to make use of these videos. It's a series they have called How to YouTube. And there's as of right now, there's 35 episodes. Very, very cool stuff. It discusses analytics, monetizing, how to, actually read your analytics and figure out what it all means. If you have any plan on, excuse me, if you have any plan on, kind of trying to don't try to make a living on YouTube, because that's but you want to try to make a go out of really making your channel something that you can monetize and make whatever supplementary income, whatever you want to call it. Pick a label. I don't really care. But they the How to YouTube series explains a whole lot of stuff, and it does it very, very clearly. Really good stuff. Was there anything else? Oh, because I'm part of the RPM network, I was discussing this with them today. Sounds like I'm going to be able to go ahead and continue making my WoW audiobooks series. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that, because I want to do that, and I want to get my Skyrim audiobooks series on the move. And it just, I'm really, really eager to get that underway, and now it looks like I can. Also, as I said, I believe last night, in yesterday's episode or something, that I also want to redo my WoW2 series, which is, teaching people how to play World of Warcraft. Now, when I originally did it, if you go back and you watch it, for one, the audio is awful because I was doing it on a USB, microphone or headset, microphone. But it was also like November of 2010, I think. In there, it was before Cataclysm came out. You can tell because if you go and you look at I did it from the Tauren perspective because that's where most of my characters were. But if you look, you can see that Red Cloud Mesa, where the Tauren starts out, is the old school Red Cloud Mesa. It's not the new. It's not post Cataclysm stuff. So, and then if you look around, there's I think it's the 5th one where I'm actually in Orgrimmar, and you can see one of the little hourglass, things behind the character, and then of course there's earthquake going on all the time, and I don't know if that garage door slam sounded like a gunshot like it did in the last episode. I was actually asked about that today. Somebody who watched last night's episode was like, "Oh my God, was that a gunshot?" I was like, no, that was the interior garage door. It's got a spring-loaded hinge on it, so it automatically closes, and you got to be really careful when you're doing it. Otherwise, it just blam. So that's what that was in yesterday's episode. Anyway, so I will be able to redo my WoW 2 series with like Pandaria era stuff, so it actually looks much more recent, and I'll be able to continue my WoW audiobooks and start my Skyrim audiobooks. If you guys know of any other games that have in-game books, not like real-world novels and stuff, but books that are inside the games that you would like to see me do audiobooks of, please consider, put it down in the comment section and let me know, because I think it'd be kind of cool to do that sort of thing. What else? The only other thing I can think of is actually, before I go, I wanted to do a bit of a shout out to, actually, before I get to the shout out. So I started with this torch thing here. I was using a different one, which you will see after the fade to black. I'm going to fade it back in. I was using a different one that is apparently, what's the word I'm looking for? Broken. And it was really causing me no end of trouble trying to get this thing to light. So normally when I'm making a video like this, when I'm making a vlog, I have to restart maybe once, maybe twice on a really, really bad day. I might have to start twice, restart twice. That thing would not work. Every time I start, I did my opening line, not one for, political or activist statements, and no flame, and nothing. So I had to keep redoing it over and over and over again. I must have restarted the thing like 15 times, but I've still got a few of the clips, so I'll include them as bloopers after this one, one is over. So go ahead and give my shout out to the very first person to kind of greet me after I joined the RPM network, and that it was really funny because I was not expecting it at all. And gentleman's name is Wes Brown. He goes by Max Power KJ on YouTube and Twitter. Definitely go over to his channel and check him out. He's got lots of really awesome World of Warcraft based stuff and fun stuff. It's really, really kind of cool stuff. Definitely go and check him out. And thank you, sir, very much, Mr. Powers, for saying hi. I mean, that was really, really cool. You didn't have to do it, and you did, and that was very, very cool. It's always nice to have somebody on the welcome wagon. Now, for the rest of you, and for anybody really, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, and I will talk to you guys later, probably tomorrow. And until then, be careless. There are occasions where I will make exceptions on certain, things. On rare occasion, I will make exceptions